Welcome back, everyone. I'm Clara, back with another exciting episode on the Good Podcast channel. In our last episode, we covered depression. Today, we're going to have a discussion on knowing your purpose. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our page. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Hope you will share the page so that we can keep on growing. When one hears the term life purpose, you probably envision people who have a higher calling like doctors, pilots, priests, nuns, scientists, accountants. In other words, people who are doing most of the important work in the world. Yes, people like that, they are certainly living a purpose, but you may be surprised to learn that a life purpose does not have to be so big either. A purposeful life can take virtually limitless forms, most of which have never been really considered before. The dictionary defines a purpose as a resolution, a determination. So a life purpose is really nothing more than a commitment to resolve to live in a certain way and achieve certain objectives. Well, if that sounds a bit confusing, don't worry, I will try clear it up. For now, you just have to know that you don't necessarily have to have a deep inner calling in order for you to have what we call a purposeful life. You don't necessarily have to trade your worldly possessions and become a missionary in order to make a positive difference in the world. In fact, you may be surprised to discover that you having to realize and live your purpose might actually be a comfortable and at times an enjoyable process. Bit by bit, you might start creating life circumstances that are totally suited to who you are, your likes and your dislikes, and that suits your natural talents and much more. One of the reasons we doubt that we have a purpose is because we've been led to believe that a purposeful life is akin to callings. If you don't feel any inner calling, we feel like our lives are purposeless. We feel like our lives have no meaning at all. Well, at the end of the day, we have two groups of people. We have the group that chooses to believe that a life purpose is something that we are born with and we must achieve it. It is something that is linked to our destiny, so to speak, and we have no choice in the matter. Then we have those that believe that fate and destiny do not exist, and they believe that we have a free will to choose as to how our life falls into place. So which group do you belong to? The one that believes in fate and destiny, or the one that believes in free will? Personally, I do believe that we have a predestined life purpose, but it is not something that comes to us. It is not something that we have to work hard for, but it is something that comes naturally to us. A life purpose, in my opinion, is realized by being able to be your authentic self, exploring your natural talents and interests, and choosing the best possible medium to share them with the world. Now, how do you know you have a life purpose? There are three groups of people. There are those that don't have to worry whether they have an official purpose or not. They simply just live life doing what they are drawn to. Then the second group are those that know their purpose and they are living their purpose and joyfully work at it each day. Then there are some people that believe, yes, we do have life purposes, but they don't have an idea as to what their purpose is. Many people are intimidated and are resistant to the concept of life callings. Sometimes we worry that having a life purpose means surrendering to a high power and giving up control of how you spend your time. Some worry that their purpose will end up being something unpleasant. What if it turns out to be boring? What if it drains my energy? What if it demands what I'm more than or am able to give? These are just groundless fears. Now, do you really need to have a purpose? Is the question. Some people would say everyone has a purpose whether they know it or not. But is it a bad thing to be unaware of a higher calling in life? What if you feel content with your life as it is? Do you really have to conceive some lofty purpose in order to feel content and make a difference in the world? These are questions to ponder on. When trying to find and realize your life purpose, you need to learn who you are and be such. Finding one's life purpose is a misleading concept because it is not something you have to go and get somewhere else, but it is rather something you need to turn within and claim. It's something you already have, and even if you haven't really consciously realized or chosen it yet, it will always be something you feel passionate about, something that you're naturally good at, something you already love to do and is important to you. Well, I mentioned few groundless fears earlier. Now, do you think the universe would expect a musical prodigy to be stuck in an accounting firm crunching numbers, or someone to be waiting tables whilst they are passionate about child education? Do you think the universe would be stuck up and just sit back and watch that happening? I mean, how would that save anyone? You need to be able to identify your strongest passions and interests. Finding or realizing your life purpose is like a journey. Before a journey, you need to prepare. Firstly, you need to have a clear destination as to where you want to go, and you need a map to show you the routes that you need to take. Secondly, you need a method of transportation. And thirdly, all modes of transportation need fuel. Now, this is just the same as when you're trying to find your life purpose. The things that you like to do are the vehicle. Your natural talents are the map that show you how to get to your destination. The things important to you are the destination. The things that are important to you will become your destination. And now, your passion is the fuel that powers the whole operation. So in essence, finding your life purpose mustn't be a difficult task at all. Before I wrap it up, I'd like to thank you for tuning in, and I hope you liked today's episode. Continue sharing our page. Special thanks to the Rabbi, the designers, and Kukuju Media. I do hope you learned a thing or two. Stay blessed and take care.